kickback.
The stage is circulating, I hit that. She went and said we in there. Where is the nappy address? We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. Can meet the nappy address, yeah.
I ain't got nothing. All right, ladies. Welcome to another episode of Ladylike.
Woo! Yes.
Before we get started, everybody want to talk what stick they are smoking. Let's start with you, Miriam. What are you smoking?
Hello, I am smoking the Humidor Elevation. It's pretty good.
What is that? True State Underground Red Label.
I'm going with my favorite, 708 Connecticut.
Ooh, and I am also smoking an Elevation.
I have a black cherry delicioso.
I'm not smoking what I really like.
Daddy.
And I am smoking what actually my husband recommended, which is a diesel.
Good choice.
All right. This sticks. All right, so let's dive right in. First topic we want to talk about. Saw on social media, a young lady is suing the University of Cincinnati because she lost her scholarship because of a picture she posted on social media. So let's talk about that. How do you feel about the fact that you could lose your scholarship for a subjective picture? I looked at it. I didn't think it was.
What was it a picture of her allegedly doing?
Right.
Nothing. It was a picture of her in a tank top, and she is well endowed. Very little cleavage showing, but her coach felt that it was seductive and asked her to take it down. She did take it down, but she felt and said that she felt she was being body shamed. So how do you feel about that?
Just to be clear, she's a member of the volleyball team, correct?
She was a member of the volleyball team.
Correct. So the way the uniforms that female volleyball players have show a lot of, skin anyway. For obvious reasons. They need flexibility when they're playing. So I guess I'm not understanding what the problem was as far as what she had on. I did see a glimpse of it. I didn't personally see anything offensive about it. So I'm not sure what the controversy is, because in my opinion, she wasn't demeaning herself at all.
So how do we feel about the fact that what you post on social media can create such a life-changing situation for her? Although she's suing them, she still lost her scholarship. She's not currently enrolled at the University of Cincinnati anymore. So this is kind of hampered her.
So basically,
education.
this is a hood school. So what is a hood school? It'd be one thing if it was a religious school. That would be my impression of it. But this ain't a religious school. It's a hood school.
So would it be okay if I was at a religious school too?
I don't think it has anything to do with it being a religious school or not religious school. I showed more cleavage than she did on camera. And it was brought up by the coach that the football players may see it and they may feel a certain way. Well, a woman can be fully dressed and a male will feel a certain way. I don't think that had anything to do with it, but we do have to be careful with the messages that we're sending on social media.
But what message was she possibly sending?
I think
just because you're well endowed, you can have a big chest, a big behind, big hips, whatever. So are you not supposed to take pictures?
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was something else with the school.
So the coach wanted to get her.
That whole...
But my question is, as a recipient of a scholarship, was there some sort of disclaimer that she signed saying that you're not able to post certain pictures on social media that could be deemed as being offensive to the public? It's a backstory to
this.
But
see, with the scholarship, my thing is, if you earn that scholarship, albeit academically or athletically, then that's what the agreement is. I'm supposed to show up and show out academically or athletically. Whatever I do on social media, as long as it's not inappropriate and disrespectful to me or my parents, that's all that matters. But the girl took a picture in the tank, so what's she gonna do? She can't take a picture in shorts either?
You know what? I'm not disagreeing with your time, but scholarship money is totally different. Money is donated money.
Right. I
So
get that.
again, if she signed, we don't know. If she signed some sort of disclosure, then they have every right to remove her because she was made aware of the consequences if she did this.
So did they do it to anybody else on the team?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
We
our
don't know.
argument that
Right.
other teammates
Okay.
were able to wear bikinis, but because they were shaped differently, and for some of us in this room, we can relate. I can relate to the fact of being thick in the hips that I don't wear pencil skirts to work. Not that my skirt wouldn't be appropriate, but because of my shape, it draws extra attention. So does she have to adhere to the social standards based on what people perceive just because she's receiving a
But
scholarship?
then that makes you, then that to me would turn her into her being ashamed of her body. You should not, and that's the one thing we as women, especially minority women, fight to make sure our daughters don't get involved in. Look, you beautiful just the way you are. So what, you got hips? So what, you got a chest? So what, you got ass for days? That's you.
I'm not understanding what a disclaimer could say about a tank top. If
And what
so,
she-
the
and
football
I'm
team they
understanding
can't
what
wear
the-
tank tops and take
That's
pictures.
but that's what I'm, and that's a good point.
And-
the problem is we don't
No.
know.
And-
Yeah,
That's
there's-
what I'm saying.
there's definitely a
and if she
backstory.
signed that, she was in full knowledge. At least she should have been. Because now the onus falls on you to read this, and your parents, obviously, because you get a scholarship, you're only about, 17, 18. So you don't necessarily have the savvy and experience to understand that. But it's up to the person or that legal guardian to say, well, you know what? This. Nah, we may have to go in another direction. But maybe she may have had a fear with saying, you know what? If I don't sign this disclaimer, they're not going to give you the scholarship. I'm not going to have my opportunity to go to this school. I'm not going to be able to do this,
But
this, that, and the
again-
other. And I may not get another shot.
wait,
So
wait.
we
And
don't
was
know.
she was she on school grounds when the picture was taken?
We
In her
don't-
dorm room?
We don't know whether we don't
But
know.
it's
no good
whether
point
she
to
was.
you,
Like you
Lord.
said, it's a backstory.
But
Right,
again,
right.
if
It's a
her
backstory to it.
teammates can take a picture in their bikinis or their shorts and they shaped a certain way, why can't she take the same picture because she's shaped a certain way?
Because her coach like
Well,
that.
you know what? Let's
not
make sure we
I'm telling you, the coach want to get that shirt. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Listen,
But
let's
and
make sure
everything
we
else.
follow this story so we can find out more about it, because I do
Okay.
agree there's probably a backstory. But let's get to our next topic. We want to talk about, and the men touched on it a little bit. Let's talk about, are we at fault for the emasculation of the black men?
Yes, we are.
Ooh, okay, Nick,
it's
go
a,
ahead.
it's a
And
collective.
I say
I
that
think so.
as a single parent, as a single female, and not that my son doesn't have a father, he does, but I was the primary parent, and
That's all of us are.
we tend to coddle our sons, and we don't teach them because it's impossible for us to teach a man to be a man. I'm not a man, you know, so they're going to emulate somewhat of what they see, and the problem is that we don't step up and say, you know what, son, that's not right. That's not right. You should not be wearing a shirt that comes to your knees. That's a dress. That ain't a fashion statement. That's a dress. And it's subtle things that are going on culturally, and a lot of it's in the black culture. You don't see it in the white culture as much as you do unless they're trying to copy us. They're trying to emasculate us because I don't care what nobody says. You can take a black man and put him with any other race, any other nationality, you're going to get a black baby. And that's the white man's fear that we will take over.
I think it's a collective blame. I think it's not only our fault, it's the males. Let's be clear, because there's a difference between males and men. There is a difference.
Right.
Because a male trying to raise another male is going to get the problems that we're having now. Men trying to raise young men in order to be responsible men, that's what we don't have enough of.
Right.
And then us as women
Right.
really are battling with males because we don't know how to raise a man. Only men know how to raise men. So if you got a male that wasn't properly trained, that male is going to teach that other male, that young boy, how to be a grown boy.
Right. The same thing.
And
The
that's-
same
yeah,
thing.
it-
And
it's
it's
the cycle.
not. It is nothing that we can do. Do we hold blame? Yes, we can say, you know what? We can't say what you can and can't do. Only thing we can say is from a woman's perspective. That's where we cut off at. That's our 50%. The other 50% has to come from them. So if we on both sides can give
but
it
we
all,
gotta stop calling our young men. That's my little man.
I
That's
was just about to say
I'm
that.
just saying.
I was just about to say
as
that.
mothers, we tend to make our sons
Hey, man.
our boyfriend.
Our boyfriend.
No, not all of us.
And we shouldn't do that. You know, we cannot substitute our son for the man.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot of women do it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was about to say that until that boy has now
They
almost
ain't
finished.
They have not took the tit out, and these little boys is almost about to collect AARP, and they still got their mama tit in their mouth.
No.
So listen, I gotta say this. I think it was mama boys back in the 50s and 60s. Listen, and I know my daddy was one. So I in my opinions, that is not really the issue. The issue is the absence, in my opinion, of black men. They don't have the role models anymore. I think we are still doing the same things that we have been conditioned to do. We are conditioned to be the nurturer.
Yes.
And I think we are nurturing our boys.
providers.
The issue is we do not have the balance in the homes anymore where we are nurturing and there is a strong black male that is the role model. So who's their role model now?
But if
It's
the role
social
model
media,
is-
it's everybody
if
else.
the role
They're
model
friends.
is not the actual father, then there should be other men in that young man's life
Should
to
be
step
and
up.
is.
But how
different.
many? But how many guys? How many boys have that though? How many have that? The atmosphere they can go talk to somebody else outside the household and say, "This is what I'm going through."
And we don't even have the same organizations.
Yeah,
We
they
don't
don't
even
have
have
that.
the same organizations that we did growing up. They not going to Boys and Girls. They
Yeah,
not
after
they
school,
not,
they not doing
right.
none of
They
that.
not doing the things that even if they didn't have a strong male. Let's not pretend. I think one of the things that is missing is we pretend that our households are so different and messed up now compared to back then.
And it's
The
not.
only
It's not.
difference
Yeah.
is that our grandparents was better at hiding
Everything.
what was going on.
Right.
There was a lot of secrets and
Going
stuff
on.
back then
And
that
then
now
society
we're
is
more
different.
open.
Because they would tell. Because they would tell.
That's
Because they would tell
But
you.
there was
Don't say
also
nothing.
there was also things that we didn't tolerate.
Right.
You know, when I was coming up, you didn't tolerate it. I mean, you wouldn't walk in my mama's house with your pants sagging.
You didn't walk in without speaking.
You didn't walk in my
You
mother's
couldn't go-
house.
you
You
couldn't
didn't
go in her
pull up to my
refrigerator.
house and blow the horn for me to come out for her daughter to come. What?
Yeah.
Now these little boys, and I'm gonna tell you, I got a son, I love him to death. But he'll pull up to a girl's house and he'll hit the horn and he'll text her and she'll come outside.
You know what? But now that speaks to an offshoot of the issue. What are the females allowing?
Exactly.
What are the
Because they
mothers
do.
even
Exactly.
making allowances for
they not-
with
they're
their
not teaching
sons
them.
that they may not make for
Yes.
their daughters?
They
They can hold on.
Because see,
Let Danny, let Danny.
A mother can teach her son all the respect in the world, but if a female allows him to do whatever, that's
gonna
what's
do
going to
it.
happen. And it's a difference between a mama's boy and the type of child that Nicole was talking about that these females are raising nowadays. My little man, my guy, like that's your boyfriend and we on the same level. We not. Mama's boys and you being on the same level with me is totally different.
Right.
Miriam, what about you? You haven't chimed in. How you feel about this?
Oh, I totally agree with you ladies on
I just believe that it needs to be some more stability in the household. And it comes
Absolutely.
down to raising, and
Particularly
it takes
in our
two
community.
parents. It takes two parents to raise your kids, whether it's girls or boys. And I got two girls at home, so I know it's in her because my youngest one is leeching out for her dad, but he doesn't want to give her that time and attention. So I deal with that attitude with he's not around, but it's not my fault that he's not around. He doesn't want to be around because he doesn't want to be around. So you can try as much, say, well, you used to reach out to him and talk, but it's not the point of that. It's point of him not being there in the household with her and her seeing him every single
And
day.
see, I think that goes to we need a village to
Yeah,
raise our
that's
kids.
what I'm saying.
Back in the
Everybody.
day,
Takes everybody.
it didn't matter whether you were under your parents' watchful eye because it took if a neighbor saw you, someone around
Yeah,
the corner
but-
saw you, it was over. You was getting it from them. Now we are so
The neighbors
siloed.
are scared.
We don't
They
want
see-
anybody to
They're
say
scared.
You scared because the neighbor might be Chester, the
Yeah.
neighbor might
We're
be
not-
a killer.
we're not
That's-
some more than
that's the
that.
fear.
Or the neighbor may, I'm gonna cuss you out. You can't say this to my kid. You
Right,
can't say
right.
this.
So
As
they
a
can-
teacher,
they
I
wanna
see
say
that.
that.
They
As
wanna
a
say
teacher,
that.
I see that
Yeah.
every day. I'm gonna come up there and cuss them out, and I've seen
Yeah.
parents come up there and cuss the principal out
Yeah.
because we're
Which
trying
is
to discipline their
asinine.
child.
Piggyback
Which
off-
is stupid.
To piggyback off what Sheikah said, she has two girls. I have three. And I'm divorced. So their father and I, We come collectively together to raise them. You're not going to play one against the other.
Right.
You're going to do this, you're going to do that. If it's something that needs to be said and done, we take care of it. Your role is the child.
Right.
Our role is the adult
parents,
and the
right.
parent.
Now, I would say that I think that is one thing that we of our generation and the generations below us have failed at is the co-parenting. I think we have really lost
Drop
the
that
roles because we are still so hurt or damaged because they did some tomfoolery, shenanigans, whatever they did. We're not with them anymore. And I have seen personally females block a good man from parenting their child.
Absolutely.
Hell, we lay down and got ugly in the face. God damn it, you gonna help raise and tend to this one. And there's no such thing as babysitting your child.
Kid, right? That's
Get
your
the hell out of here
kid.
with
You
that.
got your kid.
All right, so let's hit our last topic. Our last topic is a fun one. Ladies, let's help some other fellow ladies out there in this. How do you know when your bae is really wasting your time? Because time is important.
How do you know when he's not? How do you know when he's not? Is
Right.
when is he not?
When is he not wasting your
Trash.
time?
Excuse me, you better put the disclaimer in that I have not had a full cup of coffee and you want to ask me this question?
Okay.
When is he not?
We're not going to go to
half a cup. You gotta have a
We're going to
cup.
go to Danny. Danny, how would you know if the dude you dating is wasting your time? Danny, can you give an example? I need to know. I'm trying to take notes.
Girl, go get you a binder because
How do I know if he's wasting my time? Is not spending time. Excuses. You know, I'm into the whole courting thing. Chivalry is not there to me. And a lot of times men waste your time because you allow them to waste your time. You have to know what you want, know what you deserve, and demand it and command it. And if they're not giving it to you, move on. We settle. A lot of us settle.
For a half a man.
For half
Who's
of
doing?
me.
Who's
Or a
making maybe
quarter.
couple? Yeah, right.
Basically.
Right. Or 10. Because
Right.
he's something. He's someone. He's a body. He's here. At least.
And you got to stop giving your bodies to every man who says, hey,
You cute.
you cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take you out.
Wait a minute.
I mean, you are cute.
You have to. You have to, but you have to set that boundary because
some sisters don't get that.
you have to set
Why
that
can't I
boundary.
just treat them as a bounce and keep moving?
Then get one bounce and keep your feelings out of it.
Okay, see, that's what I want to know. Where them brothers at? Do we keep feeling? Oh, I'm sorry, wrong shit.
Well, I think that all of us in this group, ain't none of us 90s babies.
No.
None of us 80s babies.
Hell no.
We at that point in our lives that time is of the essence.
Yes.
And if you don't know what you want by 45, it don't take 20 years. It don't take 2 years.
No.
It don't take 6 months for you to realize this is the person I want to be with.
Right.
You know, we allow men to waste our time.
Yep.
Because, you know, he's there. And like she said, we settling for just having somebody there. And then we get comfortable.
Right.
And the minute you get comfortable, now you look up a
2
year.
years.
3 years, 2 years, 3
And,
years.
you know, and we have to stop. If the things that it took to get us is what he needs to do to keep us. And we have to let go of that fear of being alone. And I think women need to learn how to be alone, how to like yourself.
That's the key.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, there you go. Learn how to be by yourself, and if he's wasting your time, then he's wasting your time. That sums it up real good. All right, ladies. Thank you. I got my little notes for my little binder.
So we gonna add this after we go choke because I don't want us to get kicked off and stuff on the stage.
We're gonna let you get your coffee first. All right, ladies. All right. Great show. Please get her some coffee.
Friday, night day, chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my soul, that's a good vibe. Hoping it's the right people chillin' inside.